Hello and welcome to Revsportz. This is Mohor Chaudhary and welcome to a very special segment of ours on the occasion of Mother's Day. And joining me today for this show is someone who's a multi-talented lady. She's the wife of ace shooter and Olympian Joydeep Karmakar, but that's not her only identity. She has been a radio jockey, she's a playback singer, and recently she has also taken to shooting. So we'll be talking to her. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me over.
First things first, I would like to talk to you about shooting itself. What really sparked the interest in shooting? Because you were already doing so many different things. What really made you realize that, you know what, this is also something that I want to do?
Okay, so shooting I think I was very interested in since my childhood, but I have never had the opportunity to explore it.
Okay.
Until, of course, I met Joydeep and I got to know about shooting. And it's not been just very recently though, but since I think it's already been almost 15 years now. That I have 14 years, possibly. That I have taken shooting and I've been shooting. So I think I started exploring from the time I knew that I could actually learn it properly and try my hands on it. Because my grandfather, he was also a very passionate shooter. So shooting possibly has been there somewhere at the back of my mind, but the moment I got an opportunity, I took it. Yeah.
Of course, that's lovely. Now that everyone in the family, all three of you are in shooting, all of you have the same interest, how special is it? And what are the dinner table conversations like? Does it involve a lot of shooting or is it just very light-hearted conversations?
I think the conversations are post-dinner mainly. When you're all, curled up in bed and you want to, have a hearty chat, and when that's the time when people tend to open up also, because you got to I get to at least ask Adriyan, who's not very I don't get to meet him very often now because he's always traveling, so that's the time when we kind of cuddle up in bed and sometimes ask him how things are going, and he slowly he unfurls and you get to understand what's happening. So that's the time possibly when we talk a lot about shooting and we get to understand the sport, and then we have a little arguments and debates around things also. So that's the fun time when shooting comes in as a fun conversation also.
Absolutely. Ma'am, how would you describe your bond with Adriyan and what has your role been in his journey so far?
Bond with the mother and child is always very, I would say it's the same everywhere. Of course, he is a very sensitive kid. He's very sensitive, he's very loving. So I think he's extremely caring. So if anything goes wrong on this end, he's like very attentive. So I would like to say that. And of course, as a parent, as sensitive a parent is, it's always the same with everyone. As far as shooting goes, I think we share a very interesting relationship as shooter, parent and child, where we practiced very often at the range. We competed with each other, so that's been great fun. It's like we've challenged each other and we've had our little matches also. And in fact, many a times he's been a mentor to me also.
Okay.
Yes. So there have been moments where I've gone wrong and he's been sitting behind and biting his nails, trying to figure out what's going wrong, and he's just desperate to try and tell me that, Mom, you're doing something really, he could make out the mistake that I was making and he wanted to correct me. So we've had these moments when he's played the parent also, and the parent as me from behind. Of course, it's always going to be that support and the good feel when he's doing good. And also you also have this feeling, that a parent is always very, I would say, very cautious in a child's journey. So you always have that feel, okay, he's doing good, he's doing fine, okay, let it be. So moments of rejoice, many a times, okay, tears trickle down out of emotions, but at the same time you also like, okay, we shall not show too much of our emotions because we need to move ahead, and sometimes you need to keep things a little calmer than possibly usual.
Wow, that's lovely. Ma'am, the next question is also about Adriyan. An athlete's life is full of the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. Especially when he goes through these moments filled with anxiety or when he feels low, especially because he's a famous father's son walking down the same path. I mean, obviously he has the pressure of expectation on him. How do you deal with such situations? How do you keep him motivated throughout?
See, honestly speaking, though he tries to keep these emotions very close to himself and he keeps them undercover, but the moment you hear his voice, you can tell as a parent what he is feeling or what he is going through. But we don't try and push him too much when he doesn't want to open up. We have our ways and methods of trying to reach out to him, and we talk out things, and he then comes out, and we try to handle it in the best possible way. Of course, as you said, the good and the not so good, they often come in hand. So yeah, everybody has their moments, and we try and handle it in the best possible way. Yeah, they're very personal moments, so yeah, that's also very beautiful.
I understand. The next question will be about the current shooting scenario in India. What would you say that it's like, especially for a newcomer who wants to, find out what it's like, even at a late stage in their career?
The current situation in shooting, I think it's much better than what it used to be earlier. Of course, there are opportunities which are out there for a grab. I think people who want to really try out the sport, I think you could just come out and try the sport. Opportunities are there. I mean, you have better rifles, you have better ranges, you have better people who can guide you. I won't say better people who can guide you, I would rather say there are more people who are there out to guide you. So there are opportunities there. So if one really needs to explore, wants to explore, there are ways and methods. So if one wants to really come out and do it, one could. So
absolutely. Ma'am, would you say that the next generation of shooters is ready to carry the shooting legacy forward?
Of course, yes. Every generation, I believe, does little more than the previous. They have their newer ideas, they are more open, they have the help of the previous generation also. So I think they are better equipped than the previous. That's how new records are made. That's how better scores happen. So of course, I'm sure they are ready to take the flag further down.
Absolutely. Also, the Munich World Cup is coming up this month itself, and I'm told Adriyan will also be participating in it. How are his preparations going, and any advice that you are giving him in particular?
No, I am not into giving him too much of advice. I understand that he's in very safe hands, but of course, as a parent, again, my advice comes in as take care of health and sleep on time.
Yeah.
And so these are things, little things that, okay, so we talk, we chat, and we believe in not putting too much of pressure. Both parents this side. Joydeep has his own ways of handling. He knows how to keep one very grounded. He brings in reality check every now and then, so that's something which is very important for every parent to bring in to their children, I believe. So these are the things, of course, and every parent wants their child to perform the best, and it's for them to go ahead and perform. So yeah, you can only wish that all stays okay and they can put their best foot forward.
Absolutely. And last but not the least, what message would you like to give to the parents of young shooters who want to take up shooting, and how can they be more supportive of their children's choices?
Whether it's shooting or not, I think every parent should allow a child to choose their passion and move ahead. And for shooters, I would just like to say, if your child wants to take up shooting, earlier I think it was a time when people didn't know where to go, how to go about it. But now I think shooting, the way India has performed, the sport has reached every household. People know about the sport, and you know that there is a future. And if a child is interested, please allow your child to come forward and try his hand at it, because you never know. You really never know. Somebody might just be budding out there in your house also.
Absolutely. And on that lovely note, we would like to end our first segment of this Mother's Day video. We'll also be getting in touch with Joydeep sir and Adriyan as well for their insights. So let's see what they have to say. Hello and welcome to Revsportz and welcome back to this very special segment on Mother's Day. And joining us today for this very special show is ace shooter and Olympian Joydeep Karmakar. He has multiple accolades to his name when it comes to shooting. And along with him, we have a very young talent, Adriyan Karmakar, who also joins us and who's also Joydeep Karmakar's son. But that is not his only identity. He's also a budding shooter and has already a few gold medals to his name. First things first, thank you so much, Adrian and Joydeep sir, for joining us for this very special segment. Both of them are joining us from Bhopal at the moment. And Adrian also managed to bag a gold at the 50 meters junior three positions event at the Kumar Surendra Singh Championship, which is taking place in Bhopal at the moment. So, congratulations, Adrian, on that very special achievement. How is everything? How is Bhopal treating you two?
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. And Bhopal so far has been actually very good. So I've been training in Delhi for a few years now, and the weather there was it was very hot, and Bhopal is actually the weather is pretty good. So Bhopal weather-wise very nice, competition-wise also going well. And the range, and obviously it's definitely it's good for a change when you travel and you go to another place for a match. It's nice.
Lovely. How are you, Joydeep sir? How's everything?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, and thanks for inviting me on this program
It's a
today.
pleasure.
And it's a special program, I guess, for the Mother's Day. Though I'm
Yeah.
a father, but then it's great to join in.
Everyone's role is important.
Absolutely.
Adrian, my first question will be to you. Very simple question. What inspired you to take up shooting? And when was it that you realized that, you know what, even I want to do this?
So growing up, pretty much, I always saw dad shooting. I used to travel with him. I think as far back as I can remember, since the time I could actually start walking, I used to travel with him, and be it domestic competition, camps, and everything. So I just grew up watching him shoot, and around the range I was privileged to know all the top shooters at that time too, because I used to travel with dad. And I think my interest just grew from there. And I used to train. My dad used to train. I used to be with him. Just picking up his empties, the empty shells of the bullets after he's done training and everything. So it just built from that, I think, initially. And then when I started with 10-meter air rifle, because I couldn't pick up the 50-meter rifle because I started very young. So I think it just all started with that, just growing up and seeing shooting.
Lovely. That's a lovely backstory. Joydeep sir, how special is it to know that all three of you are in the same profession now? Everyone is having the same interest. How special is it?
It's very special, in fact. First of all, I'm glad that in a very basic place that Adrian is into shooting, into sports first, because many parents who are into sports often expect that the next generation is not coming into sports; they're choosing some other career option. So I'm glad that he has gone out, and especially shooting. You won't find many shooters who their parents also shooting. So this definitely gives me some happiness. And of course, my wife, who joined later on, she also became a shooter, and actually, very fascinatingly, she took part in a pistol national also. She qualified for rifle nationals also. So she has qualified for both nationals and shot there. So this is remarkable, and she took up pretty late. So that's how, things were. And I'm so happy today that the entire family is into shooting. And my wife, she is not exactly coming from a sports background, but she was an RJ. She was a playback singer. She was into art and music, and later on she took up shooting, and she quite liked it. And that is where the satisfaction comes from.
I think I'll be able to tell you better than Dad. I think Dad is going to be humble
Sure.
about it. But when she started out, she was actually very good. And I think there was a point of time where we both used to shoot 10-meter rifle, and she used to shoot better than me. Even though I had been training for years, she was shooting better than me. And actually, she was quite good. And even in pistol, when she shifted to pistol.
Wow, that's a lovely story. Adrian, how do you pronounce your name? I don't want to be wrong
No,
before I ask
it's
you the next
Adrian.
question. Okay, okay, noted. So, Adrian, I mean, you are young, you are, still growing. How would you define success at this age? What is success according to you?
Success, I think to some extent, I don't think of it as very materialistic or medal wise or achievement wise. I feel it's when you're content with your results and your performance from your side, and it can be a successful match, it can be a successful shot, it can be a successful process. And I think of it as a very basic uh, small thing. I don't see it as I'm successful or this person is successful. I think success can be found in very small things. So I try to follow that.
Absolutely. And Joydeep sir, now that Adrian has spoken about success, I'm pretty sure he enjoys what he does, but is there a pressure of expectation on him from the people around him, given the fact that he is a famous father's son walking down the same path? Are the eyeballs on him at all times? How does he deal with that pressure of expectations?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much what you have mentioned, and it's very obvious also, and we have spoken about it very clearly, and I think many times, because I expected that something will happen whenever the parents are a little, like established in that field, whether be it sports or art or culture or anything. The next generation comes in and they are compared to their parents' achievement. So that is very obvious, and I think it's fair. It's fair because the common people will definitely want the next generation, a son or a daughter, to excel as well. So there's no harm in it, I guess. So we have spoken about it in a very clear manner, and I think I've told him that this will be there. You need to accept it, because at times what will happen is that if you achieve something good, uh, people will tell that, of course, he's supposed to do well because he's son of an Olympian. And if you do not, if you fail in some competition, there will be comparison. Look at your father and look at him. He can't even perform here. So the contrast will be there. And it is ironical that you have to face it. But end of the day, it is what you're performing, what you're preparing for matters more than these kind of comparisons. And again, I would say there's no harm in it. When outsiders, when commoners will have comparison with a father son or a mother's daughter uh, uh, there. So I think it's fair, and he would be very happy to, go through it, I would say.
Absolutely. Adrian, what does a low day look like as of now? I'm pretty sure you've had your highs, you've had your lows in this journey so far. What does a low day look like, and how do both of your parents motivate you in those times?
Oh, I feel like low days, definitely everyone has them. And be it after training or be it just from the get go after waking up, you're just not feeling great and you just don't want to go through the day. You just want to wait it out in your room and let the world go. But I often have chats and calls with my mom and dad then, and I think they actually motivate me through that very well. And I think they can manipulate me very well, and they can twist my mood. And if I'm feeling sad, they'll actually make me forget about what I was being sad about, and they'll just make me feel better. Make me focus on the good things. And then after 1 hour, I was like, wait, I was supposed to be sad today. How did I how did I end up being motivated? So it's just yeah, definitely the mood lightens up. And when you talk to them, it feels like home wherever you are.
Absolutely, and that's also the best kind of manipulation, I'd say. Uh, absolutely. Joydeep sir, is there any lesson from your life, from your career that you would like to impart to Adrian or other young shooters who are coming up at this moment? Any lesson, any advice?
See, my career was a pretty long one, and I've gone through a lot of ups and downs throughout my career in shooting. It almost like, I think for 20, 30, 37 years, you have to go ahead. You are low, you're high, you're not getting things according to your wish. It's a difficult day, it's a difficult month, it's a difficult phase of career. So no matter what happens to you, the reaction should always be a positive, because it is not the problem at times which affects you or makes things worse, but the reaction, your reaction to the problem makes it worse. So I think the reaction should be a controlled effort, I would say, that how you react to the situation. If you just think, if this issue which I'm facing is not killing me, then it's fine. I can survive through it. So that is what I actually followed in my life, and I hope that the new generation, like Adrian, like other talented shooters and other athletes also, I think they have to be very stoic about situation. Do not react to it too much. Do not involve emotion too much, because end of the day, it's the results of course will matter, but even if you fail, there's a next day to it. And even if you win, that's the not last winning, that you are the boss of shooting or boss of the sport. So next day also you will feel, you will face struggle and competition from others. So just be there, give your effort, and do not always um, expect for validation. Do it in your own pace and be happy with that.
Absolutely, it makes so much sense. Uh, Adrian, my next question will be to you. If you had to describe your bond with your mother, how would you describe it? And what has been her role in your life so far? I mean, starting from school to now this new journey, how would you describe it?
I feel she's been she's been very supportive with through me with everything, be it like every aspect of my life. I think she has given me advices and everything that has unlocked a lot of things and felt like the exact thing I needed to hear at that moment of time. I think she gives one of the best advice, uh, and going through troubles, tough times, and everything. I think she just has the right words. And through my school and through my shooting career and through everything, I think she has supported me a lot, and she's always tried to make me focus on the brighter side, and you know point out and coin out all the good things about everything, so that I don't go into a rut, or I don't feel low. So I think she's just made everything happier for me.
Well, that brings us to the end of our Mother's Day program. Thank you so much, Joydeep sir. Thank you so much, Adrian, for joining. It's a pleasure to have you both on this show. Thank you so much to Radhika ma'am as well, who also joined us. And thank you so much to all our viewers for watching this particular segment. Do drop your comments down below. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and keep supporting us this way. Thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you.